Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure it is to have you here with the TRUCS Ultimate Championship Series, the TRUCS. And I tell you what, these guys are ready to rock and roll. The Richmond 170, 225 laps here. And of course, I am always joined in the broadcast booth by somebody. But today, more specifically, we get to see here a couple of days in a row. I'm going to be joined today by George Williams, the drivers here in the TRUCS Series, taking a day off to reprieve and help out and have some fun with me.
Jason, thank you so much for having me. It's a blessing to be in here with you. A blessing to be back here in the booth, watching some amazing drivers race in the National Motorsports Simulation Association TRUCS Series again. Going to be a fun time here at Richmond, some short track racing, and just a pleasure to be here with you 2 nights in a row. Looking forward to tomorrow in Martinsville as well.
Oh, Martinsville is going to be interesting. That's for darn sure. But at least we're going to get the 3/4 mile track out of the way first. Richmond, Virginia. Richmond Raceway, however you want to call it. It's a fantastic little drive off. 225 laps is what we were talking about before. Going to be a nice little hot day here. I take that back. 65 degrees. It's kind of nice. I would say hot day. It's going to be a nice day. 65 degree for the air temperature, 34% humidity for what they have set here. There's the race info, of course, brought to you by Omega Leaf CBD. Make sure you get out there. Use promo code TRUCS25 at OmegaLeafCBD.com at checkout and get yourself one of those fantastic discounts, which would be absolutely amazing for you to do. Support the people who support esports and all the broadcasting platforms that we have out there. The track temperature right now is 97 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's going to be blistering getting into the corners. Back straightaway, D-shaped track here with some high banks. I mean, that's pretty much from turn 2 to turn 3. That's all straightaway there. But everything else is banked all the way around here. 14-mile-an-hour wind. That's going to be blistering out there.
Yeah, Jason, looking forward to it tonight. We are doing stage racing. We've got a stage break at the end of lap 70 and the end of lap 140, and then they'll be running from that point all the way to 225. Should be an interesting challenge. It looks like we've got about 60 to 63, maybe 64 laps at most in a pack for the fuel window. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens as we get going. Looks like we got the starting grid up.
The George Williams race report. I'm going to enjoy that throughout the course of what we're going to be doing here with Signature Esports and the National Motorsports Simulation Association. Starting grid's going to be your pole sitter right there. Brendan Queen, the number 30, is going to be holding that line. And he was fastest in practice as well. Ryan McDuffie's going to be there in the outside pole position with Chris Shoemaker and Zachary Taylor. It does look like those guys are ready to rock and roll there. Gabe Wood, Garrett Brown, that's going to make up row number 3. Jonathan Bell, one of the guys that that you're used to seeing and hearing that name, he's going to be there in row number 4 with Richard Swavely to the outside. Wyatt Brackett and Dustin Reeves are going to be there in row number 5. Chris Bedwell and Phil Locke make up row number 6.
Row number 7 is going to be starting on the inside with the number 98 of Thomas Light, and outside of him is going to be Mike Watts. Row number 8 is going to be starting with the 26 of Jeremy Little, and to the outside of him, the number 60, Kevin Bartelt. I got the name right this time. I promise, Kevin, I'm going to continue to do that. My teammate Joseph Mahar is going to be in P17 in the number 85 truck, last season's regular season point champion. Into his outside in row 9 is going to be Chris McLean. You got Clint Leatherwood is filling in for me in the 40 truck. I appreciate him. He's in P19, the inside of row 10. Outside is Brad Fulham in the 19. Blake Deponette in the 21st position in the 21 truck. Outside of him, David Harden in the 34. The 12th row is going to be David Moore on the inside with Ryan Wilson in the 20 on the outside row.
Moving on down, Austin Harger, the guy from Maximus Sports Cars, driving a Tonka truck today. We'll take a look at his paint scheme a little bit later. He's going to be there in the inside row of Brad Ebel there in row number 13. Row 14 is going to be Daniel Holdcroft and Bill Schoonover in the number 15. Kip Easley, James Kunkel, they make up that was row number 14. He's going to be in the 15. Row number 15 is going to be Kip Easley and James Kunkel. Andrew Moletta and Gene Wolfe, Wesley Burchett and Dennis Frazier, pace truck's going to dive off Bradley, Dylan Hastings, all those guys out there doing a little bit of race control for us. Waiting for it. Fred Flagman says, green all the way, Richmond. And 225 laps may seem like a lot, but I promise it's not. As long as he can keep the green flag racing, we're going to see some interesting lines by all the drivers. And they are clean all the way through turn 2. Queen into turn number 1. He's going to have a little bit of a lead here, 0.5 of a second over McDuffie, but watch that shrink.
Yeah, he's off to a good start, going to have clean air. He's got enough of a gap that McDuffie's going to have a little bit of a clean air too, which will probably bring him back to the back end of that 30 pretty quickly, as it looks like everybody is thinned out to a single line for the first 8 or 9, and then there's still a few double file back behind there as they're all trying to find their spot.
Yeah, Chris Bedwell right there trying to get to the inside of the 33 of Wyatt Brackett there in 9th, but he's not going to close that distance. Maybe right here he's going to stick his nose down there. He's trying to make a pass for 9th. That number 10 car coming to the front, coming through the backstretch right there. Brackett, he's just using that outside line to be able to carry that speed. Hard to keep it off the wall on the backstretch whenever they're running side by side, but they're doing a great job so far.
That is true. When you're coming through 1 and 2, the exit of 2, that wall just comes up to greet you like a Walmart greeter. There's plenty of space coming out of 4, but that wall coming out of 2, it's right there to say hi just as soon as you come off that corner.
Well, they've gotten themselves single file for the most part right now. Chris McLean, the number 5 in 15th. He's up 3 spots from 18th there to the inside of the 26 of Jeremy Little. Yeah, Jeremy's trying to hold on to it. I think the 5 almost to the point of clearing him, but you don't want to just poke your nose up there or poke your rear end up there because you get kind of turned to the inside. 98-84 battling it out right in front of them.
Yeah, and the 26 truck of Jeremy Little's one to keep an eye on. He definitely one of our short track specialists in the league. He loves these short tracks, these shorter tracks. Definitely his favorite places to run are on these shorter tracks. He was up there close to the front at North Wilkesboro. I expect to see him with a strong finish here tonight as well.
It's jumped to the back of the field. Biggest mover from the back of the field, Wesley Burchett right there in the number 76. He's up 5 spots, started 33rd, and is holding a good little line there. He's trying to go to the inside of the Tonka truck. Mr. Austin Harger himself, the light bright machine. Doing a lot of good work with that driver as we're seeing Maximus Sports Cars kind of take off. He's doing a phenomenal job with that company, so glad to see it. But 76 is going to make a pass, take another position. I believe right now, currently, he's your biggest mover of the race.
Yes, the 76 is definitely looking to send it in the corner. He's definitely being aggressive early on, and it's working for him. As he's taking advantage of everybody else trying to feel their way out, not get in a hurry, he's going to gain a lot of track position just due to everyone else's hesitancy, which, you know, it's a bold move early on, but it can really pay off if you're really looking to gain a lot of track position. If you're willing to shove it in the corner really early, you can gain quite a few spots, as we've seen Wesley do so far in this race.
Well, we watched the 55 tap the wall just a little bit right there. A bunch of drivers had to kind of dip in and out, but right here, starting to pick up his pace again. Front stretch run for the 55. That's Brad Ebel. Off 3 spots from where he started, but, you know, it's a long race. 10 laps into it. Brendan Queen still your race leader. He's got a full 2.25 seconds on Zachary Taylor. Mr. Taylor up 2 spots. He's in that Ford, that number 14 machine. He going to swap positions just a little bit. Ryan McDuffie held on to it for a little while, and then as he's gotten into this green flag run, it seems like he's kind of freed up a little bit. And right behind him, he's got Gabe Wood. Inside the top 5, 3 Fords and 2 Chevys.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting to have a little bit of a gap back here further back in the pack. Phil Locke made a pass on Wyatt Brackett, who was a good almost 1.5 seconds off the next person in front of him when that happened. The two of them were side by side for a few laps, and it kind of created a gap back in this first pack. But now that Phil's gotten around Wyatt Brackett, everybody is kind of spread out more evenly now and not as much of a gap back to the big pack. But we're still seeing Wyatt Brackett in front of kind of what looks like the second group here at Richmond.
Maybe a second group, but they're all battling to get up front. I will tell you what, there's Blake Debenett there in the 21. He was staring at some wiggling cars in front of him. Jeremy Little was one of them, but he straightens things out. Has the 60 of Kevin Bartelt there. Always called him race control because I didn't know what his name was for a little while there, and now we do. And I went through and every race I'm going to have to manually put his name in the way it's supposed to. I don't know why iRacing or SDK Gaming looks at it that way, but there he is, the number 60. He's got the 5 and the 6 in front of him. That's Chris McLean and Dustin Reeves. They've got some heavy side-by-side racing, but it looks like he's going to try to squeeze another position on the high line out in front of the number 60. Boy, howdy. They're having fun so far, I think. Taylor's trying to close the distance.
Start.
Yeah, Taylor's trying to close the distance there. He just gained a couple of tenths of a second on him. So, it's been clean, and, we like to see clean racing. It's hard to see clean racing at short tracks.
It sure is. And, yeah, like you said, Zach Taylor was a 10th faster than Brendan Queen in that last lap. So, Zach Taylor got up there in that clean air, and he's using it to close in on the P1 position of Brendan Queen.
You see the lap times in the gap right there. This is Taylor. You see the Q. That's going to be the 1 position. That's the distance, the gap in between those guys as they continue to drive forward. Maybe some similar lap times. Maybe a little less gain there. Here's the last 5 lap times for the 2 drivers. That Taylor, the driver you're looking at on top. Queen better in 13, 16, and 17, but on 14 and 15, Taylor growing, trying to at least pull a little bit in there, but they're running pretty much relative lap times to each other.
Yeah, and I will say early on here at the track, if I'm Taylor, as long as I'm not getting any pressure from behind, which right now McDuffie is not looking to push Taylor at all, I think I'd be just as happy being in this clean air with a little bit of gap. That 1 second gap to first place. If I'm going to be in second, I think I'd be just as happy back here as long as I'm not getting pressure from behind.
Well, no pressure so far, and we're only 20 laps into this bad boy. Brendan Queen's going to be your race leader. You got nobody in front of him. There's his last 5 lap times total. As you see, he's sticking around that 22.9 mark right now, but you're going to start watching the half tenths kind of go away. He'll start getting into the 23, then the 23.2 mark. Once he gets into about the 23.5, that's when you're going to know his tires are going to be just blistering, and he'll be begging for some more.
And like we talked about earlier, we've got about 60 to 64 laps on a green flag fuel run. I would say realistically, you've only got about 62 to be safe. But based on 5 total sets of tires, 4 tire changes, 225 laps, you only have to really put, if you spread them out evenly, 45 laps on each set of tires. So it's interesting how that tire strategy is going to play out as we get moving forward. If we stay green, I can't imagine they're going to stop for tires before they need fuel.
Let's go to the feed out there on Facebook. Good evening from Rob Bowers, Go Wolf Racing. Sherry Harris as well, Go Wolf Racing. You're going to start the game. You say 7 cautions. Rob Bowers says 10. Casey, we receive, it says 9 cautions, and good luck to all the drivers from Rob Bowers. So far, Josh Lowry says 8, so that's where we're at with it. Short track racing, you kind of predict a lot of cautions, but right now, I'm going to pull up this box right here. 2.5 seconds in front of him is going to be Frazier, and that's you see it's the battle for first, but realistically, it shows the relative of the drivers in front and the drivers behind your race leader right now. Lap traffic fastly approaching, and it's going to be hard to, not just hard to pass around here, but it's going to be hard to get those laps back, especially when it comes to once you fall more than 2 laps down under a green flag pit cycle. It will be difficult to see. Queen, Taylor, McDuffie, Bell, Wood, Jonathan Bell, first driver inside the top 10. That's up 3 spots. He's trying to gain some. He, on his last few laps, let's see, he ran a 23.9, which is a little bit better than Brendan Queen's 23.17. So he's starting to increase his pace just a little bit, catching some of the drivers in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like Queen is about still a second faster than the drivers that are trying to fight to stay a lap down. So his pace is fast enough that he'll be able to pull by these folks, even if they're kind of trying to fight to stay on the lead lap. He's going to be able to put them a lap down.
You saw a little bit of the net code went back to Queen right there. A little bit of net code that pulled the right rear of that truck out just a little bit. So let every lap, all 28 of them so far, or 27 of them so far, as they come around. So we'll start seeing, are these drivers going to be able to work with the leader? How's the leader going to be able to get around him? Little right side for the 97 in front of you, race leader right here. He dives in, gets below the yellow line right there. And that's going to be the thing too. The more clean he can get around lap traffic, the more that he'll be able to put a few, basically the more cars he can put in front, in between he and everybody else behind him, the better off he'll be.
Yeah, and so far, Zach Taylor stayed, is passing one truck for one truck, Brendan, but as they get up a little bit further in the field, if we stay green, it's going to be harder for Taylor to do that, because these drivers, the further you get up, the less likely they are to just get out of the way for the leaders. They're going to hold their line and stay clean, but when we get up further into the field, they're definitely going to want to try and stay on that lead lap. Like you said, it's hard to get that lap back once you give one up.
Bill Schoonover driving my favorite truck because of the local reference. There's the wobbly boots number 15. He's got a little bit of left rear damage and a little right side damage. So that it's all going to be good. They'll be able to get a little bit of a fix on pit road, but not very long, because you'll lose a lot of time. There is the wobbly boots. Bill doing a good job. He's still running 33rd. He's off 5 spots from where he started, but I think that had everything to do with who was going to be aggressive, who wasn't going to be aggressive. 30 there behind the 48. That's another truck to be passing here in just a moment.
Yeah, it's 48 James Kunkel. He's fantastic guy. He runs race control for us on the Cars series. Does a great job in there for that. And you see, he's just trying to hold that line and make his laps around. And Brendan Queen's faster, and he'll find a way around. And James will run him clean. And as you see, James getting a little bit to the outside, and Brendan Queen's just going to take it on the inside as James comes back down to his line.
30 has the 48. 48's right there. Now, battle for position in front of the race leader. There's going to be the 34, the 30. There's the 55 of Evil right there. The 30 is going to lose a little bit of ground here when it comes to how this is going to work in his advantage, because fighting lap traffic will allow Taylor to catch up just a little bit. As right now you see the 30 holding on.
And James Kunkel took advantage of the 34 dropping down to give Queen some room, and went ahead and took a spot from the 34 there. As he's, it looks like James Kunkel's maybe on a mission to try and stay the first truck a lap down, which you'll see happen sure further up that Queen is able to get.
Well, Kunkel is doing his job here, and he is having a pretty darn good race. Little right front damage, but it's not. It would only be affecting the wheel well. It's not really affecting the splitter. So still some good things to be expected, but he's going to have the 9 coming around him here in just a second. That's Brad Lee up 4 spots, trying to take one of those spots away from the 48. Still has a clean truck and backstretch. That's the pass there. Guy kind of fell back and then got back to where he started. The number 3, Austin Harger, and the Tonka light bright MaximusSportsCars.com truck.
That thing's just like the real thing, only smaller.
Just a lot smaller. Oh, there it is. He's running 25th. He's got the 6 of Dustin Reeves, who's off 14 spots, having a little bit of rough luck right now. He's going to be able to keep that line, but even damaged, short track racing is definitely, it's kind of one of those situations where you just kind of hold on to it. You do what you can, and 3 drops down below the 6. Looks like he's going to press the issue onto the front stretch just a little bit. Has some traffic right behind him. The 28 of Moore is going to be behind him as well. David Moore trying to hold on.
It looks like Austin's going to clear it going into 1, which is good, because if you've got to try and hold that inside line coming out of 2, you lose so much momentum you can hold it coming out of 4 just because that wall kind of moves up out of your way. But coming out of 2, trying to hold that inside line too wide, your momentum just disappears. And that outside line is going to have a lot better run.
David Moore got a little bit loose on the corner exit right there. The 6 was holding his line pretty darn well. The 28 trying to make that pass. And gets into him. And it looks like, the 28 is going to be very slow there. Dustin Reeves there as well. No caution. He got really hard, and that was hard contact with a wall for David Moore, which we saw right there.
Looks like a little bit of smoke coming out of the 28, so it looks like he's going to have to pull it into the pits and get some repairs done. Fortunate they were able to keep it green as it kind of took more to the inside wall, and he was able to keep it down from coming back up into the traffic.
Yeah, he's smoking pretty darn good. There's your race leader trying to go around to number 6. This is for, Dustin Reeves in 27th. And we're seeing some things change. 30 goes around, has a lot of lap traffic in front of him. Austin Harger, who's what we were following. He's still got a clean truck. He's just trying to get himself around. He's got Ryan Wilson in front of him. There's the Reese's machine. I was wondering where he was at. I really like that truck because it makes me hungry.
There you go. You got wild card teammates there. Ryan Wilson, Austin Harger, kind of back to back there. Just again, really early, 43 laps into this 225 lap race here, and still got quite a ways to go on the stage. Just really trying to keep a clean truck early on. There's so much racing left to do, so much strategy left to play out, especially if we end up with some green flag pit stops. We're right at about the first window for tires, but we're still somewhere around 16 to 20 laps from the fuel window. So it starts to play into strategy. What do people want to do?
Biggest mover of the race right now is going to be the 76, Wesley Burchett. He is up 11 spots, started 33rd, and he's running 22nd at the moment, trying to track down Brad Fulham, who is going to be not far off of him, that Toyota. You can see it right there in the relative. He can see him, just got to catch him. Gabe Wood on pit road. Looks like he's coming in, and that's the thing about pit road. Pit road is so hard to get here. It's definitely a struggle. But Gabe coming in, he's going to be the first to I believe he's going to come in and probably take some tires, maybe get some fuel, maybe just splash and go. Who knows?
He's got a little bit of right rear damage. It did not look like he took any tires, which is interesting to me. He didn't stay in there long enough to get much damage repaired. He may have just wanted to see how much damage he had. He topped off for fuel, but he did not take tires. It didn't look like.
Well, maybe he wants to have that opportunity. Zachary Taylor is on pit road. He's got the telephone pole look on the rear bumper of that Ford. He was running third whenever he went in. Jonathan Bell up to second now, 3.3 seconds off of Queen. Queen's pretty much just running through traffic the way that he sees fit at the moment. So he's tracking down Austin Harger. That's going to be the first car, one lap down here in just a moment as they start to run through the cycle through 22 drivers. 3 is going to utilize the 20 right there. Oh, nearly they almost collected each other.
And the 14 just did a splash and go as well. So Zachary Taylor in and out of the pits with no tires. So we're seeing these drivers are wanting to hold on to these tires. Going to try and run all the way to the stage, it looks like, on these tires. At least some of these leaders are. Oh, we got one spinning on the backstretch.
David Harden involved. So that'll put the lucky dog right there with Mr. Harger. So that's fortunate for his circumstances. Here's the 34. He was coming down. He got loose into the wall. Oh, man, he was loose. Now he's backwards. First caution of the race. Here it is.
Yeah, that yellow line is it's undefeated. You get both the front and rear underneath of it, and on corner exit, you're going around. It's unfortunate. He was really trying to keep that 34 going, and that inside wall collected him as he spun it down.
30 should be on pit road. He is. I wonder if he came in a little bit too early there. Jonathan Bell's going to be there as well. Harger should be the lucky dog. He was just past Yeah, he is going to be your lucky dog. There's Austin Harger. So this will give an opportunity for him to come on pit road. He will have to start at the end of the longest line, but when he catches back up, he'll be able to get that green flag pit cycle in here in just a moment.
It'll be interesting to see. The 30 did not take tires. It'll be interesting to see if any of these drivers, now that we're under caution, take tires. It looks like most of them are just getting fuel, but we are right in that window if you're spacing your tires out evenly where you can take that first set.
Well, I will tell you, Chris Shoemaker took tires. He took a full 4-tire pit stop right there as he comes off pit road. He's going to come off pit road in 9th. Archer comes to pit road. He is your lucky dog, so he's going to come to pit road and get some feel-good stuff. And if I were Harger, I would just take advantage of this situation. Do what you need to do with 5 sets of tires. That's a long way to go. Yeah, he's going to take those tires. I would take those tires because you got old tires versus new tires here. For Shoemaker in 8th on brand new tires. Garrett Brown in 10th on brand new tires. Those guys are going to be looking for it. And we got some wave around cars looking for a free pass here.
Well, and track position is going to be big too. And with as long as these fuel runs can go, it's going to be interesting to see if some of these people that did take tires and a full load of fuel here on this pit stop, they're going to only run about 15 laps under green, assuming we stay green, before we get to the stage. So they'll still have over 45 laps of fuel left as we end the stage. And if they have fresh tires and 45 laps of fuel, you may see quite a few drivers that took 4 tires and full fuel on this stop not come in during that stage stop.
I could see that working in their advantage too, especially if lap traffic becomes the big benefactor here. First car off the lead lap's going to be in 28th. That's going to be Frazier. Some drivers waiting for the wave around. Taylor's going to be one of those guys.
It looks like we got about 5 cars that had early pitted for fuel only that are going to be taking this wave around here.
Ready to end the stage. I think that's going to be the big factor here. Alrighty, Brendan Queen's going to be reassuming that.
I will point out that we also have, I think we may have 3 drivers that have decided not to come to pit road, thinking if we get one more caution, they're going to be able to make it all the way to the stage on fuel. It looks like we have a few cars that may be looking at that strategy as well.
Gene Wolf, Kip Easley, and Brad Lee have not been to pit road just yet. Those are the 3 drivers that you're talking about. There's Mr. Wolf. It's the free pass, so he's going to be there. Kip Easley and Brad Lee, they'll all be at the end of the longest line here. That'll be behind Austin Harger. Brendan Queen gets the green, and they are off. Once again, Jonathan Bell in second as the restart happened. I think it was an outside line shows there. It happened so fast that I missed it, folks, so apologies about that. Normally we're really on it. New tires, old tires. This is all going to be about a stage finish here. Jonathan Bell on older tires, just the same as Mr. Queen. And their laps are going to be pretty much relative to each other. Kind of a fresh start for them. And that weight's going to be able to carry Jonathan Bell closing the distance just a little bit into turn 2. And exits a little bit loose for the 30.
Yeah, the 30 truck, until he got into lap traffic around lap 27 or so, he ran the first 25 laps of this race in clean air completely. He could run whatever line he wanted. He was out front with nobody pressing from behind and didn't have to really worry about any lap traffic. They mostly moved out of his way for the next 3 or 4 laps. So he ran 30 laps where he was basically in clean air, running wherever he wanted. So his tires should be in pretty decent shape, assuming he was trying to hold on them this whole first stage.
He's about to be battling for a lead here. The 4 of Shoemaker on fresh tires has the 10 behind him, Garrett Brown. All those drivers on fresh tires, they've worked themselves through the field. The 4 is going to get right to the back bumper of the 30. He's going to be able to pass him pretty easily. He just has to, the 3 is just going to be protecting. Lap 59 being completed under green flag conditions. The 4, the 10, there's the 84 Mike Watson first tires as well. Right sides for the right sides for Chris McLean on the last one. He's trying to get to him.
The 4 has taken it low every lap, and it's just down below the yellow and then having to back off. The Brendan Queen, our race leader, is definitely one to hold on to that front spot. He's running his line, basically telling the 4, look, if you want to pass me, you're going to have to do it on the outside. And that looks like exactly what the cars behind the number 4 may be looking to do. Is the 84 Mike Watts is looking to press that outside line. And we're 3 wide, it looks like, coming here as the 84 is going to take that spot away.
You can't protect three trucks on brand new tires. There's just no way to do that. Mike Watts is going to utilize the outside line. The 4's right there with him. And man, oh man, 84 out front. Shoemaker and Brown, Garrett Brown doing it. For them, I think it's all about stage points. Pam Fike says 6 cautions. Thank you, Sherry, for asking her. You just kind of did it for me. Thank you. Second caution comes out. Looks like Dustin Reeves involved. Here's what happened here. There's the 6th. And the 31 gets a little bit of a bump on the nose.
I'll tell you the three trucks that are most excited to see that caution, assuming they weren't involved in it, it's going to be Gene Wolfe, Kip Easley, and Brad Lee, because I think that's going to mean they can take it all the way to the stage on fuel, which is going to allow them to get that wave around and not be penalized for it as far as having to make a green flag stop.
Caution comes out, 84, 410. I think Queen, if you're Queen and Bell, do you just hold on and finish the stage, because we'll have a couple of laps. We'll go back to green flag conditions, have a little bitty shootout before the end of the stage. Now they have to complete lap 70, so you'll see the caution come out on lap 71. So second caution of the race, and we only count the cautions per incident. So this is 2 cautions so far. When the stage will have at least 2 stage cautions, so those will not count for that total for that. And what they're referring to is that every week I give away a free T-shirt to whoever gets the caution number right. A couple of them are up to let's see. Sherry, you're up to a T-shirt and a water bottle. I believe we sent out another one. Who was it that got it this last time? Was it you, Rob? Can't remember. All I know is I plugged the information in. Anyway, somebody got it, and they're up to it as well. So, the stainless bottle is what we're giving away after you get the free T-shirt. So, it's all good stuff. My stainless water bottles are awesome. I love them. They're amazing. Can't put them up for sale yet because they don't have enough of them to do it. Because as soon as I put them up, I know they're going to fly.
Well, I want to take this opportunity, Jason, to thank you and Signature Esports and everything you're doing. Tell people out there, if you're just catching the stream for the first time, make sure you hit that follow button on Signature Esports. Check out all the great stuff that Jason Caldwell's doing there with everything he's doing, from racing to card breaks and other gaming. Also, check out Signature Esports Live. It's a page that you can share what you're doing so Jason can keep up with you and spread the love of what you're trying to put out there. Every opportunity to share what you're doing with him, he definitely welcomes it, and I appreciate you for that, Jason, very much.
It's a whole lot of fun. Signature Esports Live is a Facebook group that we created so that way I can. He's absolutely right. George does share. He shares his stuff over there for me too. I get out there, I watch it, I share it, I share it to our main Facebook page. If somebody goes live, I try to share that stuff out there, so that way we have 1,700. I think at the start of this, we had 1,737 followers on Facebook, 1,300, 1,040 likes or something like that. So, once we're starting to really continue to gain traction, and like I said, May 2020 is when we started this, and we've been doing a phenomenal job. SignatureEsports.com is got a shop up there. You can also donate to the streams, but buying a shirt helps support all the gaming out there. We donate a lot of money to charity and to special events and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we are, a big community, not just with esports, but with the gaming as well. you know, it's kind of what we do. National Motorsports Simulations Association hired me to do this about midway through, or I say a quarter of the way through last season. And here I am. I'm still here, season 2 for the trucks, season 1 for the car series, which will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's when that broadcast gets. They're going to be at Martinsville tomorrow, so that's going to be exciting. We do appreciate it and do enjoy it. Yes, Rob, you did one as well. So, yes, Rob, you got it. That's right. David, good to see you out there, buddy.
Interesting note, 49 at Brian McDuffie, who was up front early, just did a late 2-to-go pit stop and took 4 fresh Goodyears and a full tank of Sunoco fuel. Definitely planning on not coming in here in 3 laps when this stage caution comes out.
Well, it's a natural green, white checker. Actually, technical caution, whatever you want to call it. 84 there, trying to get to the inside of the Ford Shoemaker. Shoemaker equalizing the high line. 84 didn't have a really good start there, but the Ford Shoemaker is doing a phenomenal job. Queen to the outside of the 10. He's your pole sitter. He is trying to hold on to a top 3 for this stage. Lap 69 being completed under green flag conditions. Chris McLean holding on as well. I do believe Jonathan Bell did kind of something in the same light. I mean, he went to pit road too. Jonathan Bell back in 26. He's already guaranteed into the playoffs. Lap 70 being completed. This is going to be about a stage win here. Chris Shoemaker, Mike Watts, Garrett Brown needing those extra points to give themselves some good cushion. Ford's going to come around. Turn 4. Shoemaker wins. Stage number 1. You're going to see the caution get thrown. There it is. Shoemaker, Watts, Brown, McLean, Queen, Little, Swavely, Bedwell, Brackett, and Locke. That's the top 10 through stage 1.
Yeah, and you mentioned Bell doing kind of the same thing, and we've talked about it before. You know, Bell is always up there towards the front, and it's because he doesn't miss a single opportunity for a strategy play, and he knew that he wasn't going to win this stage. He had older tires, and he just wasn't going to win the stage, so he wasn't going to get those playoff points for the win. He doesn't necessarily need the regular season bonus points because he's already won his way into the playoffs. So he's looking at the long game. He said, I'm going to go ahead and get in here so I can get track position on this restart and be up front.
Well, the guy with the most there he is. The guy with the most playoff points right now is going to be Brendan Queen with 13. Jonathan Bell does have 5 playoff points with John Schwartz in front of him as well. So you're seeing those kinds of things play a factor, but realistically, you win your way in, you're going to want to be there at the end. So get yourself another race win. Get yourself you and your team some bonus points. Right now, Hammer Down Motorsports in the lead with team points with 94.3 over Four Horsemen Motorsports. Hot Shoe and IJD are tied for third with 90. Race Pass, Racing, Performance Wildcard, all those guys not far off. Outlaw E-Racing has 62. They are really holding on for dear life. Gabe Wood's going to be your race leader here. The number 50. He is not coming to pit road. I don't blame him. Came in on 63. Zachary Taylor back in on... Oh, it looked like he was coming in on pit road. Don't do that. It counted it. It might kick you, just so you know. Don't do that.
I tell you what, it's interesting to see. The 4 went ahead and came in for a splash and go. So did the 84. They don't want to risk another long green flag run and not have enough fuel and force them to make a green flag stop that nobody else has to make. So even though they didn't need tires and they had over 45 probably laps of fuel left, they decided to go ahead and come on in and take that fuel stop.
Well, track position is very, very important here, and some things being worked out here. I saw Jonathan Bell there in 5th. So we've got the 50 of Wood, the 14 of Taylor, who's going to be on some fresh tires as well. Shoemaker and Watts, those are the guys who just came in for fuel, so you're going to see those guys try to hold on to it. Now Shoemaker, your stage winner. You have Watts, Bell right behind him, McDuffie, Brown, McLean, Queen, Harger's inside the top 10. Man, oh man.
Yeah, and like I said, Jonathan Bell, he put himself in position with that last pit. Yes, he dropped way down to the 24th spot or so at the end of the stage, but look at him now with fresh tires and good on fuel all the way back up into the 5 spot. Really well played on his part. We're going to see how that works out for him.
We're also going to see what 2 restarts are going to count towards tires, because Gabe Wood and Zachary Taylor both, I think Taylor got some damage fixed when he was on pit road, because he took a 25-second pit stop on 63, so that's a pretty darn good move by his part. Knew he was going to be at the tail end of the field through stage 1, so that'll be interesting to see as they continue to move forward. Alrighty, Zachary Taylor outside line, Gabe Wood on the inside, Shoemaker, Watts, Bell, McDuffie, Brown, McLean, Queen, and Harger. Queen trying to get himself back in the lead. With stage racing, it's going to make it a little bit difficult, especially with cautions in it. Only 2 cautions for incident. Third one has been for stage 1 ending for the competition caution. And we're getting ready to go. Green again. There goes the wood. KSDT CPA Ford number 50. He gets a good jump right there, the 4. He's going to have a whole lot of company up there. He didn't get a really good race start right there. Zachary Taylor driving the 14 around, looking for a win here. And the truck series goes to the inside of the 50. Moving and grooving. He's going to be able to hold on to it. Jonathan Bell's going to be right there in the mix as well. Man, oh man, here they go.
Yeah, we've got a good battle kicking off on this restart, and it looks like Zachary Taylor is looking for that clean air, wants to be out front. He saw how well he was able to do when he was in second, about a second off the pace of the leader. He knows that clean air really is the way around here at Richmond. It makes a big difference.
Taylor, Wood, Bell is going to be right there to the back bumper. The 52 Fords out front. We talked about before we had three Fords and 2 Chevys in the top 5. Now we've got 2 Fords and 3 Chevys inside the top 5. Jonathan Bell drives it down low. Shoemaker.
Well, the 50 got into the wall and looks like it's smoking. It's looking like something happened to the 50. I'm not sure what it was, but looks like the 50 is going to have to hold it on the wall and try and get down to pit road without causing an incident here to get it to yellow.
Gabe Wood at White Bracket did something there too. Something said White Bracket did something. I don't know what that was about. Gabe Wood is smoking. He drops down below. He's getting into the wall. Just trying to look at it and see what happened. It's Daniel Holdcroft. Here it is, right here. That's the 31. He went off track. Gabe Wood had to jump. I was looking. Didn't show me the incident. That's terrible. There he goes. All right.
It was a great job by the 50, though. Everything he did was right to keep that caution from coming out. That didn't help him at all, but it helped his fellow racers. That's impressive job by Gabe Wood there, holding it on the wall until he had a clear path down to the pits.
Zachary Taylor out front, Jonathan Bell in second, Queen in third. He's worked his way back to the front. And the driver on the freshest of tires coming around is going to be him. And for Shoemaker, a little bit off pace. He's got the 49 driving to the inside. That's McDuffie. He's got a whole lot of left side damage on that 49. He's got to watch getting up into the cars to the outside on carrying out. Kind of got to watch what you're doing there. That might turn out bad for you and the drivers behind you.
Yeah, good awareness by the other drivers out there. Just kind of seeing sometimes that truck pushes a little bit more than you expect it to coming off that exit. And the drivers around you, that's the great thing about this league with all these incredibly talented drivers, able to kind of be aware of that situation and give a little room.
Mike Watts dropping back a little bit here. He's got a whole lot of traffic around him. Got the 94 to the inside, Swavely and Bedwell there. That's going to be Bedwell in the 94, Richard Swavely in the 38. Utilizing a good line here. The 5 to the inside. Chris McLean going to take it 5th away from the 4. The 20, 29 coming off pit road. 25 coming off pit road. One of the something. A chrome number coming off pit road right now.
We've got about a 5-way battle going on back for around 11th place too. 5 trucks kind of starting to sort themselves out. Austin Harger leading the way out in that. Looks like he's going to take that P11 spot and all the way back to Clint Leatherwood driving that Pub Table Racers 40 truck, kind of falling off a little bit as they were all side by side for 2 or 3 laps back there in that P11 through P14 spot.
Well, the 3 is running a different line than the 1. The 1 is kind of burning his tires up right there. 3's going to give up the inside lane. He's fine with it. 76 going to drive there as well. 3 wide as the 21 had Devinette had to check out a little bit there. The 76 there. I know that Harger's just trying to run a clean race. And you kind of just see what's going on. Jonathan Bell battling the 14, puts the 14 into the wall a little bit there, but keeps it clean. The 70 and the 30. Man, oh man, that was interesting. I almost have to just back up real quick, folks. I want to see how the exit was there. Apologies about I wasn't able to see the incident on there. So they were just side by side. The 14 to the outside there. 70 is moving and grooving, trying to take it away. He's driving him up the wall. These guys are very talented, Bell and the 14. The 30 of Brennan Queen was trying to work his way back to the front, and these guys, I don't know, kind of just got themselves in the mix. The 30 of Queen back out front has Jonathan Bell right there. Zachary Taylor right behind him.
Yeah, impressive job by Taylor and by Bell there as they kind of got into each other. I think they were both trying to hold that line so hard that they both kind of got loose at the same time. The front end trying to come down for Taylor and he held it, and the back end trying to come out for 70 and he kind of held it, and both kind of sandwiched against the wall gently, and both of them collected it and came back off, only losing a little bit of momentum, and it doesn't look like a whole lot of damage. Impressive that they were able to do that without collecting a big pile behind them.
Zachary Taylor, the one who didn't get the best of situations out of that. You see the traffic through the rear view right there. The rear of the spoilers, one of those things you kind of got to keep clean, but not really that important. That right front you see right there, that's what tapped the wall, and that's what will ultimately make you heat up. Now Jonathan Bell, he got away from that one just a little bit right there. He's a little bit more clean right there on the front. So all good things to those who are patient. Little wall scrape. Ooh, hits it again. And keep off of it. This guy, he's clean as a whistle. Brennan Queen, your race leader.
Yeah, we've already seen what Queen can do in being out front, as he put several trucks a lap down early on, and he's looking to continue that as he's about a half a backstretch away from the next car. He's looking to put a lap down, so we'll see that. We'll see him coming up on the 6 pretty soon, I would imagine, to try and put them back down another lap.
First car not on the lead lap, though. It's going to be the 31 of Daniel Holdcroft. He has got Reeves there to the inside. They're trying their best. Reeves got a whole lot of left rear damage, and that is from probably one of those big bump and runs. Now the 6 is going to be the first car, last car in the lead lap, and the 31 trying to gain some positions here in 27. Bartelt, he's the guy he's tracking. He's got a little left side damage, and like I said before, you can take these things and you can pretty much drive them with no nose on it. Same way you kind of do at Bristol, but for the most part, these guys, they're keeping it pretty well clean. You're going to see a lot of right side damage just because of the wall taps that you're going to see. Richmond just being the track that it is, it's going to be, turn 2 is going to come up at you fast, and then the carry from the bottom of 4 all the way up the track just to put yourself next to the line to run the fastest line around this track.
Yeah, that's definitely the two spots coming out of two, and that wall kind of closing in on you quickly, and then trying to carry that momentum out of four all the way around. Sometimes you think there's a little, not as much of a curve back in before you get to one, and you can just ride that wall a little bit close down the front stretch.
Here's the inside of the cockpit, how these guys sit in these seats. Here's the gyro cam. This is corner exit of two. How close he gets that nose right to the right to the wall, and the lap traffic he sees in front of him. He has to carry up the track. Doing a phenomenal job of being there. Richmond Raceway, formerly named Richmond Fairgrounds Raceway from 1969 to 1988. Currently, Richmond International Raceway is the way that you kind of look at things from here. As lap traffic is in front of it. This place opened October 12th, 1946.
Wow, that's got some rich history, pun intended. Dare I say it? These guys are doing an incredible job. I'm wondering, dare we risk the jinx? Do you think?
I might have to just wait until after. We
might wait because we've got a quick run here to the 120 mark for this stage breaks, and that'll happen pretty quick here under green flag conditions.
They're having fun. They're moving and grooving. Jonathan Bell, 1.1 seconds and growing. Trying to take those Flintstone vitamins to push that truck around, but I tell you what, lap traffic being very beneficial for Queen right now. Bedwell, he's not doing too bad. 94 tracking down IJD Racing teammates in front of him. Taylor, he's still running in fourth. He's not that far off. I know that he lost a lot of ground, but he's not doing too bad. He's still inside the top five. Rich Slavely, the 38, he is tracking down Mr. Taylor though here in just a moment.
Yeah, he's trying to move. He's trying to move up there. Definitely going to try and put some pressure as we're getting closer and closer, about 15 laps or so to the second stage break. Or wait, am I early on that?
I think you might be early on that.
Yeah, no, we're 140. I'm mistaken. I apologize. We're still a ways from that stage break. That's going to be on 70 and 140.
Yeah, 140. We'll be all right. 34 laps until we get there. It's okay. We're good to go. 30 has That's okay. It's all right. We can wait till halfway. We'll start the our fantastic sounds of iRacing on our last stage. I think halfway. I think our halfway has been the jinx of it all. Can't do it halfway anymore. We have to pick a different time.
Yeah, I think there's some cosmic forces at work there beyond our control. It seems like the consistency has just been too uncanny.
You know, we try our best to, and it's a great thing. You know, we all have great sponsors here. Signature Esports Sounds of iRacing is sponsored across the board, across all platforms by Maximus Sports Cars, formerly Bulldog Sports Cars and Collectibles. He talked about that before, and I was like, I really wanted to do a crank it up feature, kind of like what they did with Fox and all that. And next thing you know, I developed the Sounds of iRacing cameras, and I did it one day, and he was like, I want that. So he, Austin Harger, who's in the number 3. Actually, let's check and see where our guy is since we're talking about him and giving him all the kudos. He's in 20th right now. He's in 20th, and he's a lap and a half, almost 2 laps down. Yeah, a lap and a half down. He's a great guy, and he's like, I really want that feature, and then so we worked out a deal to do it pretty much all throughout. I think what are we through? Pretty much, I think we're through the entire Signature eNASCAR Cup Series. So I kind of just carried it over, and I said we're going to do it everywhere.
Fantastic. As I'm watching here, it looks like the 70 has fallen off a little bit. I went back and watched. It looked like he got in the wall a little bit as he was tracking to that outside wall to get his line into turn 1. last lap, and just kind of carried that speed. And again, like we talked about, trying to get as high as you can for that entry, just scrub the wall a little bit. And but he's picked it back up and has got that time back down for that next lap.
Last 5 lap times comparative to Queen. Looks like Queen is that much better at the moment. But Jonathan Bell, if it here's what it looks like for you folks. If it's green, that means that Queen ran a faster lap. If it's orange, that means Bell ran the faster lap. So 109, it was 0.2 of a second gain right there. I think that had everything to do with lap traffic for Queen, but last time by, Jonathan Bell running 0.3 of a second slower. And man, oh man, 26 laps. Oh, caution's going to come out.
Trying to find out what happened there, but
well, David Moore jumped to pits, so he was on pits. Well, it looks like Phil Locke, they were 3 wide right here. Oh, they were. Oh, man. They locked up the brakes. Definite involved. The 49 there, the 1 of Locke. Oh, I'm going to back that up real quick. They were 3 wide out of a corner, and I kind of wondered what had happened there. Looks like the 97 was up high. That was the 15 going around. Here's a look. Far chase view is my favorite view because this is how I look at it. Here's Phil Locke right there. 97 up high. 49 is going to be there. The 1's running his line. There's the 15 in front of him. The 15 just carrying forward. 49 tries to go 3 wide. The 1 comes up. Man, oh man. Oh.
Yep. What's that old saying? If you're no longer trying to go for a gap that exists, you're no longer racing. The 49 came to race. He said there was a gap there. He was going for it. Unfortunately, just wasn't there all the way through. And good job by these drivers checking up and trying to keep that from being a bigger incident. Unfortunate for people, but they definitely tried to make the best of it.
I think everybody to pit road except for Brad Lee. I think he's going to be your lucky dog. He might be coming to pit road here in just a moment. That's the 9. He is going to be there. Kip Easley, he is going to be the first car looking for a wave around. Daniel Holdcroft, Dustin Reeves, the Evil, Bill Schoonover in the 15. He's in 29th Wyatt bracket. Andrew Moletta, those guys are looking for it as well. Man.
And that caution definitely, again, for this stage, eliminated that we were getting close to that window for that green flag pit stop for fuel, especially for those folks that had pitted just before that last stage break. But this obviously is going to eliminate that concern for any of those drivers that were maybe worried they were going to come up a little short of the rest of the field. Now everybody's going to be on that same fuel cycle.
I do believe that either they took right sides or fuel only, because Queen, Bell, Bedwell, Swavely, Light, those guys are going to be on some tires. See, I'm glad that I didn't do the sounds of iRacing.
you know, Beth, you're going to break this streak at some point. You've got it calculated. You're figuring out the rhythm, and you're going to get that streak broken. I know it's going to.
It happens when we go halfway through the race each and every time. That's why we're just gonna stick with it.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's right. The more you know. Thank you, NBC. Queen's your race leader. It's the last driver looking for a wave around right now. It's going to be the 31, Daniel Holdcroft. That should put him back on the lead lap when they come back around.
It looks like he and Kip Easley should be back on the lead lap when they take this wave around. So that'll put us still 25 drivers on the lead lap, which is impressive. Just shows you the kind of talent we have with this field. Hasn't been a lot of cautions. Only 3 cautions for incidents now, or three cautions for incident, right?
Yeah, this will be the fourth caution for 3 for incident, absolutely. So we're looking at Pam being the closest one so far. If you get it right on the money, then I'm going to send you a t-shirt. Here goes the wave around cars. They get released by the pace truck, and I'm sorry, here goes the wave around trucks. They get released by the pace truck. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
much the issue because they're going to go back to green with 21 laps till lap 119 is being completed. They're going to start 120 when they get in there. They'll have to complete 21 total laps before they get the next caution throw for the end of the stage. Different kind of track, different kind of different kind of racing here. There's still a lot of racing in this stage, and they're going to get to grow. The 70 gets loose right there. Something happened. Back at it, green. 70 to the outside. Bedwell's going to be there as well. Some drivers with fresh tires. Shoemaker pulling the same strategy. 3 and 4 wide on the exit of turn 2. Caution's going to come out. Involved. There's the 11.
Yeah, there was some checking up that outside line. I think the tire spin up front maybe kind of accordioned its way back.
You know, the 20 of Ryan Wilson was right there. We go back and take a look at that one more. What am I doing? Let's just do this. Come on. From the far chase view. The 20 was right there. 20 was trying to come into the corner. The 11 was there. The 20 just came into the corner. I don't know. It kind of drifted up a little bit. It just seemed like it violently threw the 11. I don't know that it thwarted that kind of violence. That was crazy.
Yeah, I think that was one of those deals where if he had been 2 inches further forward, it might have just cleanly rubbed, but it was far enough at the back as the back end was already a little wide of the 11. May have been what caused that to push out a little bit more than what it looked like it was maybe called for.
I think that it looked like the 20 just really drifted up the track kind of hard right there. So, all right, 11 Wolf Racing on pit road. Man, oh man, Brendan Queen's going to lead him around. Is he going to come to pit road this time? Is he going to come to pit road? No, he's not going to come to pit road. That wouldn't make any sense. Alrighty, 4th caution for incident, 5th caution of the race. Getting closer.
We kind of talked about this. This is a stage where if somebody was thinking about maybe taking tires early again before the stage, depending on where they're at in the positions, you know, if they're back third of the lead lap anyway, taking tires here might be part of the strategy. It doesn't looks like there might be a few people hopping in to look at that option.
Well, I will say that 5 sets of tires here. If they took one on stage 1, one on stage 2, that'll leave you 3 sets of 3 sets to work with. I don't know. I mean, they've got a lot of options here. That almost seems like in customary procedures here for what I've seen is that they've had just enough tires to make the race. This seems like we have maybe a set more than they probably need. Not saying that's a bad thing, not saying that, and no criticism on that my part. Just saying that with that extra set of tires, that will give an option here for somebody to be able to maybe work it with an extra caution here.
Yeah, with 5 total sets and 4 tire changes, they really only had to go a total of 45 laps per set. So they really, they really could definitely be changing here realistically. Even for they could almost be putting their 3rd set of tires on here and still be in the balance of really spacing their tires out. They wouldn't have one left for a late caution, but it wouldn't surprise me if some of these drivers towards the back of the lead lap might be saying, hey, I want to make sure I stay on the lead lap as we come to this stage. I'm going to go ahead and take tires now.
Well, the first driver on the freshest tires is going to be Chris Shoemaker and Garrett Brown in 7th and 8th right now. Those guys are definitely possibly looking for more stage points as they are going to basically, when they come around, it's going to be 14 laps to go in the stage. And Pace Truck's going to dive off on the pit road. Queen and a Ford, Bedwell. First Toyota is up in the mix. There's Brian Fulham. Man, oh man.
Looks like a good restart that time. Looks like the 26 of Jeremy Little a little ways back had a good run, but had to check up because of the truck in front of him. But nice and clean on that restart from everybody in the field.
Brendan Queen, Chris Bedwell, 3 Chevys and 2 Fords inside the top 5. Brad Fulham trying to put his new. He's trying to get himself into the mix right here. He's got some fun going on. 76 of Wesley Burchett, who is your biggest mover of the race right now, up 27 spots. As you see, got the 10 to the inside. So some things are kind of shaking up here. I think the outside line might be starting to work itself here. Front stretch for the drivers. You keep yourself to that outside, you might be able to take care of things. I think Brandon Quinney he keeps blinking in and out just a little bit here. Might have some issues going on. Shoemaker dives to the inside. He's looking to be in the right spot at the right time. Maybe get another stage win here. Maybe looking at a stage win here if he can close the distance on Queen, and he looks like he's doing it. Those fresh tires being every bit of as advantageous as you could ask for.
Yeah, it looks like the fresh tires are definitely going to make a difference by the time we get to this into this stage. So those that were strategizing to get those fresh tires so they can make this run to the stage. This stage racing and those points really will dictate what you want to do as you get closer to these stages.
Chris Shoemaker started third, is running second right now. He had quick little issues in the beginning, kind of fell back, found himself in the hot and heavy mix. Now has the, I think he's got the right strategy for himself here, trying to get some of those extra points. Queen, Shoemaker, Brown, Bedwell, Burchett, and looks like Jonathan Bell holding on to it. 4 goes to the inside, taking over the lead from the 30 of Queen.
Yeah, and this deja vu from the last stage kind of, if we look back to that first stage, is that same kind of thing. Shoemaker, as we came to, last 8-9 laps of the stage last time, just had fresher tires and said, I'm going to the front, and that's what I'm going to do.
Shoemaker, Queen, Brown, Burchett, and Little, that's going to be the drivers there. Harger, he's making his top 10 debut again. There he is in 7th, utilizing those fresh tires for himself. Little right side damage, has Jonathan Bell to his rear, and has a 94 in front of him. Chris Bedwell trying to put some points in there for he and his team. He's going to go to the inside. He's going to get around Jonathan Bell. He's going to get around Chris Bedwell pretty darn easily if he holds on to it here. Bedwell utilizing that high line, might pull a crossover here. So will Jonathan Bell as they get to the inside 40 of Clint Leatherwood, not far off. There is the Pub Table Racers Chevy.
Yeah, we want to thank Tim and Warren at PubTableRacers.com. If y'all haven't gotten out there to check out their stuff, they sponsor our Victory Lane here at National Motorsports Simulation Association, and they have an incredible Facebook Live show and some podcasts. Go check them out at Facebook at Pub Table Racers. They've got some incredible insider guests, crew chiefs, drivers, pit guys, people that have been in the industry for decades. They have all kinds of stories from legendary teams. So go check them out. You will not be disappointed. Oh, and Harger gets a look.
Yeah, 3 gets loose right there. I was just going to say that. He was trying to follow the 94 around, got a little bit into the throttle. I think the 94, I mean, he's trying to hold position, and I get he is battling for position, but he might be battling for position a little bit too hard on some old tires. 40 goes up high. I think there's some issues there. 70 is going to be there as well, side by side for the 40 and the 94. Or 40 and the 70.
The 40 and the 3 for sure. And the 40 were both a little faster than the 94, but 94 was just kind of holding that line. And you see the 40 gets around, and so does the 70 of Jonathan Bell gets around Bedwell on the 94. As obviously a tire gap there makes a difference. 94 does a good job holding on to it as there's a little contact.
The 3 going to the outside. Looks like Jonathan Bell's going to go to the outside as well. All that ground that you make up and then you lose it. Now those tires are no doubt going to be worn for the number 3 of Austin Harger. He's still going to have a faster truck than the 94, but he gets around, and Jonathan Bell's going to be in front of him. Shoemaker holding on for dear life. The 10 of Brown gets around Queen in the 30. And right now,
around the stage.
They still got one more whole lap to complete, though. So lap 139 complete, 140 underway. Last lap before the stage. As you see, Shoemaker and Brown trying to battle out. We'll see what happens here. There's still one more. I mean, they could race each other. Not much going on here to change that line. Hard dive to the inside for the 10 of Garrett Brown. 4 is carrying outside. 10's going to make the pass. Garrett Brown wins stage number 2. Shoemaker, Queen, I believe Queen and Little Queen might have had it there when the caution came out. So Queen, Little, Burchett, Leatherwood, Bell, Harger, McDuffie, and Swavely top 10.
Impressive move by Garrett Brown there to finish up the stage. Just, you could tell the way he made that move, you could tell he had calculated it for the last couple laps and was just going to time it. Decided to make that dive, and that was really impressive stage win for Garrett Brown there. He's a solid, consistent driver in this league, and a heck of a nice guy. Great to see him get a stage win there. And I mentioned keep a lookout for that 26 Jeremy Little, kind of a short track specialist. Look where he's at as we're going to go to the end of stage 2, all the way up in the top 5 at P4. So he's going to be looking to make some moves as we come to this final run.
Yeah, it looks like a whole lot of takers on pit road right there. Pace truck's going to dive him around here. And I mean a whole lot of takers on pit road. Garrett Brown's going to be one of them. Do believe some of that pit strategy is going to work themselves in. Anybody's staying out. Anybody's staying out. Blake Deppinette's going to stay out. He's going to be your lucky dog. Then he's going to come to pit road.
Definitely nobody on the lead lap stayed out there. That's all people looking for wave rounds, it looks like. It's interesting. I see the number 40 Pub Table Racers Chevy, who was obviously on fresher tires that last run, the way he was passing people, is going to go ahead and take tires here. So may have been a strategy where they double stinted that first run, took tires, burned them up for those stage points, and then went ahead and took tires again right here, coming off for this last run.
Wesley Burchett looks like he is going to be your race leader.
And where did he start again? That's
32nd. He's up 33 spots.
Going to be hard for anybody to take that biggest mover away from him if he can hold it up there.
Well, he only took fuel this last time by. And that's going to be interesting. He and Jeremy Little both only fuel. Garrett Brown, Brendan Queen, Blake Deppinette, Jonathan Bell, Chris Shoemaker, all tires. A little bit of damage getting fixed as well. Dustin Reeves on old tires, the number 6. He's going to be there in fuel-only situation. Swavely, Bedwell, Leatherwood, Thomas Light, Harger, all those guys took tires. Only 3 drivers on the lead lap did not take tires. Wesley Burchett, Jeremy Little, Deppinette, who's changing his mind. He is going to come back on pit road. I think he might have some damage he needs to get fixed, get looked at right there. So there he is. But yeah, Dustin Reeves on old tires as well. So we're going to see how this is going to work out for them. Mr. Burchett trying to be the biggest mover here. He's going to have to hold off a lot of people. He can't. I know he came in on 42, and I know he came in shortly before that too to get tires. So we're going to see how this is going to work in his advantage. And if it does, because that's a little dangerous in my point of view.
Yeah, it's a risk, maybe a calculated risk. Decision making here may kind of be counting on a short run here before something else happens, and have an opportunity to just may have calculated when he wanted to get those tires. It'll be interesting to see. I know Jeremy Little, if we watch him during this restart, he definitely puts a lot of effort into driving more off that right rear and less off that right front. So it allows him to run his tires a little bit longer, especially if we have cautions that cool those tires down for him. He can definitely stretch those tires longer.
Lights are going to go off on the pace truck, and while we do it, stage number 3 is going to begin with our favorite. lot of fun. Here we go. Back to green. Just when you think that you're gonna get to it, these guys go and get into it. Here's what happened. Here's the 10. Down at the bottom, 70's gonna be there. 10 gets loose. 70 goes around 10. Oh man, look at all that traffic. Oh man. Ah, help me, Tom Cruise. Right there. Oh man. I mean, great accident avoidance. Evil kind of. I'm trying to feel. All right, we have to see what happened with Evil there, because that. I don't know if he was trying to come down to avoid what was going on. Because the 55 kind of looked like he was trying to avoid the whole thing. Let's take a look. Get around Evil. There's the 55. Coming around the corner. Thing's spinning. Oh, I wonder if he got loose too. Oh, man. Poor guy. Oh, back up. Far chase view. There's a lot going on here, folks, so this is kind of what I was looking at. I wanted to see what was going on. Here we are. Off the brakes. Oop. Kind of looked like he locked it up. Yeah, I think he could have stayed to the right side. He'd been all right. 85 Mahar involved, the 10 again. Man, poor guys. Poor everybody.
Yeah, I think once that 55 got on the brakes, I think it just, especially if he's got that brake bias turned down, it may have just turned out the truck to the left there. As it sometimes you'll use that low brake bias to turn that truck in the corners for you. It may have just kind of done that as he was trying to lock it up, and the 85 right behind him and Joseph Mahar. Unfortunately, looks like he had the magic smoke coming out of the engine as well. So maybe
smoke. The magic. I like it. I think I think Mahar's done for the day. We saw what was going on there, and Joe Mahar was having an okay day. He's not smoking anymore, so I think he might have exited his vehicle for the time being. 15-21 coming to pit road. Those guys in 22nd. Wesley Burchett, he is still out front. Jeremy Little still there as well. When we go back to green, we're still going to be Sounds of iRacing bound, so don't you dare tune away. I do want to mention Sounds of iRacing, of course, MaximusSportsCards.com. You go there, you buy your collectibles. He's got some Funko stuff up there that's super awesome. Go buy Darth Vader Funko. It's awesome. Go buy you a BB-8 or a Yoda. You know, you're a Star Wars fan, just saying. You can also check them out on eBay and also on Amazon. Make sure you do that for me. But if you shop on the website and you use promo code SETV, that is S as in Sam, E as in Echo, T as in Tango, V as in Victor, 10 at checkout, you'll be able to get yourself a nice little discount, which is awesome. Thank you very much to Maximus Sports Cards, Austin Harger, and all the guys over there. I appreciate them, and make sure you tune in for the Maximus Sports Cards Signature Breaks live. We break NASCAR cards, Pokemon Fridays, all kinds of stuff. We just all kinds of stuff. It's so much fun. It really is. It's all nostalgic and great things. But all this brought to you by that guy over there. He does a phenomenal job. Go give him a like and follow on Facebook, Maximus Sports Cards, for me. I would appreciate that. All right, we're going to shut our mouths. We're going to get this out of the way. I promise. Never mind. They went 4 wide.
Yeah, and there's the tires of the 76 that you were concerned about. I think kind of led to a little bit of an incident there. caught up several people.
I think there was a giant crossover move happening there. And we talk about old tires versus new tires. The restart for the 76 was huge. They were 4 wide. Here's a look at it. Here's the restart for you. We're going to take it at quarter speed. Now, everybody behind the 76 and the 26 right here, they are on fresh tires. And we know that the jump's going to be good. Everybody's going to have a good jump here. And so they start to go. So here's the 26 to the outside. He has got it grooving. The 70 sees the gap. He is going to shoot it. You know it's happening. 76 is drifting up. 30 is going to go down low. And let's take a look at this from the 30's point of view. Here's the 30. He comes down low. 3 wide right here. Not 4 wide just yet. So the 76 is inside 3 wide. 30 checks up. 76 right there. Little tap from the 70. Can't turn it back down. 76 up into the 26. 70 is going to take the lead right here with a crossover onto the bottom. And then all this happens right behind him. 94 involved. 26, 76. 6 going around. Back here. Ooh, Nelly. Look at everyone. That's some good avoidance. Just several drivers involved. Brad Lee trying to get off the gas. Look at all that. It's like parallel parking, everybody. Harger was involved. There he is. Yeah, Harger just put it to a dead stop. All right, back to live.
A good job by these drivers, especially that were pinned up high at the wall, Harger and Bartelt, and then for getting on the brakes and stopping, not causing any unnecessary damage after the wreck had already occurred.
For sure. Joe Mahar out there, truck is done. Thought trucks were spinning up high, but they were low. Couldn't see anything. That new smoke model is insane. You don't know where anything is, and so you're doing exactly what you get. And actually, we could do that. Let's go back. We're going to take a look at that incident. Mr. Mahar was involved right here. This was back on lap 70 or 120, whatever, the caution before this one. Let's go to the cockpit view of Mr. Mahar. I was going to go there. There it is. There it is. All right, so here's the incident that took Mr. Mahar out of the race. Look at all that smoke. Look at all that smoke. Watch this. Watch. You can't see anything. Now you can see it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah, get out of my way. No. Oh, bam. There's a truck. And that was the help Tom Cruise moment.
Yeah, absolutely. There's, and you see the truck spinning down in front of you like that, and you're thinking, okay, just keep it off of that. And you don't even see that 10 sitting sideways there until your front end is in it and the radiator is sitting in his passenger seat.
Mm-hmm. I do believe E.T. said phone home. Jonathan Bell, your race leader right here, is going to restart on the inside. The 30 of Queen's going to be there as well. We're still sounds of iRacing bound. It's going to happen. It is no joke, he said out there. I wasn't through it here. Saw the 31 go low and I was going to fall. I'm like, crap, I'm in trouble. That's what he said. All right, folks, we're going to shut it again. Going to get through this, okay? asking for 2 minutes, 30 seconds of clean driving. Let's go, folks. All right, here's what happened. Dustin, it looks like Brad Flynn went off track. Dustin Reeves is involved there. Let's take a look here. Reeves is in the 6. He's got the 11 of the Oh, man. Ah! Whoa. Oh, somebody. Ooh, he was trying to reset. Man, did you see that? I think Jeremy Little got involved in that. And he was trying to reset. Oh, there he is. He had so Dustin Reeves comes around, and all of a sudden, Wolf, right to the back bumper, 6 there. Hit him. Oh, it was a 97. He was trying to reset. Just didn't work. Oh, man. I've not laughed this hard. I'm laughing, folks, only because I'm going to start. This is not the curse of the Bambino. This is the curse of the iRacing. And not Maximus Sports Cards. It's just, it happens every single time that I want to go do it. And I think it's a great conversation piece. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, that's Smoke Westhick. Absolutely. Evan James out there. All right, so we're up to our 7th caution for incident. 9 total. So we're past the 6 mark. I am so sorry, Pam. We do not win today. And try again tomorrow. Somebody say 7? Did somebody say 7? Let's see. We got an 8.
We did have 7, I think. Yeah, no, we had a 9. Yeah, I'm starting the game. I say 7. Sherry Harris.
Sherry, you're close. Sherry's gonna end up, I'm gonna end up like having to give her a wardrobe.
She might end up being part owner of Signature Esports. Let's keep up. I don't know. You might need to have a lawyer work something up to make sure your assets are protected. You keep winning like this.
I tell you what, I don't mind. I like giving away T-shirts, and she can give them. You know, she says, "Hey, Jason, I need an extra large today because I think she got a medium or a large last time, and she might need an extra large. She's gonna give it to somebody." It is try to do what we can. But speaking of things that you do what you can for, go to signatureesports.com. Go buy yourself a T-shirt. I think they're like $25 or something like that. $25. Shipping makes it like 30, 33, somewhere around there. Everything that you do with that goes and supports what we have here.
My TRUCS T-shirt is one of the most comfortable T-shirts I've ever had. It's fantastic too. The quality of the shirts is phenomenal.
Yeah, I source them and I print them locally. Not always my hands print them. I have staff as well. Signature Photography and Printing, that's my business here in the Midwest. Formerly Jay's Signature Photography and Printing, but we decided to change our name, kind of become broad, because we are Signature Media LLC, and we have lots of signature stuff. It's crazy. My business. I like it. Great. Jonathan Bell, Mr. Queen, and Swavely Shoemaker. Shoemaker right up there in the mix. I tell you what, they're not done yet. You can count pitch strategy out the window. Green it again. We're shutting up. Getting this out of the way. There was most definitely a battle going on there for first and second, and they were beating and banging each other. But I tell you what, Queen and Bell, they get things leveled out and are back underway. Sounds of iRacing again, brought to you by Maximus Sports Cards. Go to MaximusSportsCards.com, use promo code SETV10 at checkout, and I would appreciate you doing that. Go give them a like and follow on Facebook as well. Man, oh man, TRUCS Ultimate Championship Series, it was busy. And I mean busy. 50 laps to go here, and man, it was a good battle. It was great.
Absolutely, Jason. I do want to piggyback one more thing as we finish up there with the sounds of iRacing, Maximus Sports Cars and Collectible. For those of you out there, you know, I know for some people it matters, some people it doesn't. But if doing business with good people, with kind people, with a really great guy matters to you, that's all the more reason to reach out to Maximus Sports Cars and Collectibles, because he's a wonderful human being, first and foremost. Does great stuff with his business and takes care of his customers. But first and foremost, he's an amazing guy. So I encourage you all to get out there, check out what he's doing. You've got somebody in your life that would love something that he has to offer, I promise you.
Go buy you a Mr. Peanut. I'm doing it. I'm just saying. It's going to be awesome.
You won't know how you ever lived without it.
You're absolutely right. I'm telling you. He's got some things that I remember from whenever I was a kid that they've like re-released or did something with them. And he's just, you know, he's finding these things, and you know, they are collectibles. They are memorabilia and merchandise. You know, you gotta remember that, you know, us 40-year-olds, we look at baseball cards like, you know, I should have saved more. So now we're buying them as adults and using them as ways to invest in our kids' future. And I just so happen to get to be the guy that pulls them out of the box and in out of the packs and give you guys, the most valuable card I think I've pulled so far were several $1,000s. It's insane.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I watched some of those card pulls with you, Jason. I get a little bit jealous, but then I start thinking about when you pull the most valuable ones. I go, I'm glad it's not my hands that are on that, trying to make sure I don't mess them up.
Well, I keep them nice and clean. I package them up. We ship them off all nice and bubble wrapped and in the right things. So Josh Larry says you still like your odds for your first shirt. You're getting close. But yeah, we definitely look at this as an opportunity, and I work with Austin quite a bit. You know, he's out of Indiana, I'm here in the Midwest, and the cards get shipped to me. I open them up and we ship them out directly to the customers from my shop and from my little studio that I have here. And once we do that, then you know, they're all theirs, and they can choose what they want to do with them, whether they want to get them graded or they want to hold on to them. I highly recommend that you guys go to a new website out there and look at the prices of it. I know that PSA, Beckett, and CSG has been kind of like the staple, but I say signature is everywhere. We have a lot of things signature. When we do again, we started Signature Card Grading Authority. That is going to be, actually I did with my staff here in the Midwest. SCGA is the company, or scgauthority.com. Go check out the prices. We're going to be here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to open it up to start taking on cards. We've already started grading a few to get our market standard out there and show what our criteria is going to be for grading cards. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and that's going to work hand in hand with, I've got a lot of support from Austin Harger with Maximus Sports Cards about doing that. So, you know, you never know what business venture iRacing is going to bring you in. Right now, this is what's been happening. And Queen, he's been driving a heck of a race. He's got 41 laps to go here, and he is out front by almost a full second. Pit window, they came in on 142, and they're going to have to make a green flag pit stop. If not, I think they're going to be running on fumes toward the end here.
Yeah, there's no way they can make it. There's no way they can make it on fuel. There's not anybody in the pack on the lead lap that can make it on fuel. So they're definitely going to have to be another stop. We're in the window now. Obviously, if they stop and full fuel at this point, they'll be able to make it all the way. We're also within kind of the window. If they were spacing their tires out evenly throughout the race. We're kind of in that window where, fresh tires would maybe be an advantage for you here, assuming we stay green. It would kind of be a short pit on tires at this point, might give you a little bit of an advantage running to the end here.
A driver that you might want to look out for, though, on fresh tires. Fuel only run for the driver in the 19. He came to pit road on 161. And it might be the driver that might take over the lead if this thing runs green and fuel isn't an issue. That is going to be something to look forward to. As things progress, that's kind of what you're at. There's the 19, the 20 is going to be in front of him as well. Ryan Wilson came to pit road on lap 1. Or not Ryan Wilson, I'm sorry, the 15. Bill Schoonover, he came in on 154. So that would put him right there at that 72 mark. You were talking about it earlier, 68 laps to 72 maybe at the most.
No, we're closer to 62 realistically. 62. Green flag lap. Now we've had some cautions that are going to stretch that here since that hit, but I really still think maybe the only one out there, maybe the ones that pitted on 161, Brad Fulham, like you said, and maybe Blake DePinette, who's a lap down, Brad Lee. Those guys might be able to get there if we stay green, but I think those would be the only ones.
Brendan Queen's going to be the guy here. It's going to be all about when he gets there. It looks like Jonathan Bell is going to be in second. He is staying within 0.9 of a second of Queen. And we know that Jonathan likes to track things down and takes his time doing so. But that clean air is going to be the big benefit for the 30 as they move around. Bedwell is in third. I think the only thing we're looking for is who's going to be the first guy come to pit road. Martelt, he came to pit road. He's got tires and fuel on his. He's moving up the track right now. He's still on the lead lap.
Yeah, he's definitely shaking. He's definitely he's able to be a little bit more aggressive with those tires, and he's making a little run at it as he's coming up on the 19 himself there. A few guys maybe looking to see if they can take this all the way. If it stays green, strategy may pay off.
Might have been the right one. Clint Leatherwood, he's going to be on up inside the top 10. There's the number 40. He is Gene Wolfe coming to pit road. He is definitely. He's like, I gotta get my gas. Gotta get my gas, boys. Gotta get my gas.
Yeah, Clint Leatherwood's got that 40 truck in a position that it's not in very often. That's the top 10 in the final stage of the race. I appreciate Clint making that 40 look so good, especially that Pub Table Racers number 40 truck. Doing a great job out there for me tonight.
Well, I'm not used to it being pure white.
It does need a splash of pink somewhere. It does seem like, doesn't it?
I think so. That's in my opinion. Who knows? It might be on it. It might be on him.
I don't know. He might have a pink pit board just in honor of me. I'd have to double check that when he comes in the next time. I might be running a pink pit board just in honor of the 40 truck.
I can believe that. All right. So when Gene Wolfe came to pit road, he went ahead and took tires and fuel. So he's going to be running some of the fastest laps out there right now. He's getting ready to go around Jonathan Bell. He's 2 laps down at the moment. The 11, yeah. So he's got a lot of room to have to make up, and these guys are going to have to come to pit road. The 70, Leatherwood on pit road, Garrett Brown on pit road. They're gonna be doing something here. Zachary Taylor on pit road. I'm curious to see how long this is gonna stretch. Jonathan Bell right behind the 11. The 11 trying to get a lap back. That'll put the 11 in good shape if he can get a lap back. And the leaders come to pit road. Leatherwood came in, got 4 and fuel.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the pit strategy happening right now. Everybody's saying, okay, I can run tires pretty hard for 20 28, 29, 30 laps. So they've gone ahead and come in. They've taken the fuel they need to get to the end, getting a set of tires. I believe some people are taking a set of tires and may even still have a set on the rack. There's going to be some people that are running this a little bit longer that probably will be going in to get their last set of tires as well. So we'll see if that plays out. Will only matter if we get another green or if we get another yellow flag, as our leader looks like they're going to be coming to pit road.
He is. The 94 is coming around turn 2 right now. He's going to come around and quite possibly he had to dive on pit road. The 31 was there. 31 was coming off of pit road. That is the difference there. And now, there it is. The 19 of Brad Fulham coming to pit, coming around to complete the 25 to go cycle.
Yeah, so that's going to be Brad Fulham and Kevin Bartelt are both, I think, looking pretty good if this thing stays green. It's just going to be a matter of their tires are going to be older, obviously. Are they going to be able to keep pace with these drivers that come back out that are going to be on fresh tires for the last 23, 24 laps when everybody gets back out cycled to this pit stop?
Well, Jonathan Bell came off pit road. He got a little bit loose right there. He is in 5th place right now. And, man, Brendan Queen's going to be not far off of him. 23 laps to go. They're going to have to hold on. Brad Fulham there, 3.5 seconds in front of Bartelt. Jonathan Bell having a lot of traffic to work through. Here's the 74 to the bottom, or the 14 to the bottom. That's Taylor getting a lap back.
Just to give you an idea, it looks like Fulham right now running 23.7s, 23.8s as far as his lap times, and with a little bit of traffic, even bumped up to the 24s. And you've got these drivers coming off pit roads running in the low 22s. So you're talking about a 1.8 second difference in lap speeds. If that tire fall off doesn't even out a little bit for Fulham pretty quickly, he's going to find himself getting peekabooed real quick from the back. These drivers that just took tires.
Lap 203, Queen ran his fastest lap of the race, a 21.981. That's the fastest lap by any driver on the track right now. He's trying to track down Jonathan Bell, who is a lot, I think that time by a lot slower. You see the relative there, Bell losing 0.4 of a second over the 30 as they continue to move forward. At that time, 0.2 of a second. So Fulham, who is out front trying to hold on, he's got a whole lot of traffic around him. He's got a whole lot of people trying to get a lap back. The 19, he's got the 15 of Schoonover, who's in second. Jonathan Bell in third, Queen in fourth. And this is all about strategy here. Brad Lee, Kevin Bartelt, looks like they were involved in something there.
Yeah, and Fulham is just trying to hold on, but his lead has already started to shrink. It's down under 8 seconds to those cars behind him. So those trucks behind him are really those fresh tires. You can just see night and day. As the 40 of Clint Leatherwood comes around our leader right there.
Jonathan Bell 6.5 seconds back. Queen right there on the rear bumper. And I tell you, on the rear bumper, Jonathan Bell has a whole lot of left side rear damage. Getting loose. Caution comes out.
So this is going to be interesting because that's going to let Fulham be at the end of the lead lap, which doesn't have a whole lot of people on it. I'm thinking, 13 or 14 drivers on the lead lap, and that's going to put him in 13th or 14th place with about 6 or 7 lap fresher tires than everybody else, assuming he comes in and gets his last set.
The 3 of Austin Harger accelerates out of the corner, gets loose. iRacing throws the caution right there. He almost was able to keep it straight. I don't know, that was a good save. He didn't go 90 degrees. I'd have turned it. Alrighty, there it is. 10th caution of the race, 8th for incident. So that's going to be who's got it right now. Josh Lowry has it at the moment. So Josh, you're praying for no more cautions.
And we see Fulham pulling into the pit box right now, and Bell and Queen coming down too. So they definitely had an extra set, like we talked about. Even though they just took tires not too long ago, they're going to come down and put their last set on. Quite a few of these drivers still had a set on the rack, and they are not holding them any longer. They're going to put them on right now. They believe they can run 12 hard laps on a clean set of tires and not need to worry about saving it any longer.
You don't have to worry about much. Wolf is your new race leader. Shoemaker's going to be there. Leatherwood inside the top three. Deponette, Fulham, Bell, Queen. Schoonover, Taylor, Swavely. Man, these guys, I think Deponette's coming to pit road. He is. He's coming to pit road. Fulham, we talked about strategy. There he is. He did have a full set of tires. So he came in to pit road. It got more fresh and some Sunoco. He's got to be ready to run. Gene Wolf came on 193. Shoemaker on 200. Leatherwood on 196. Fulham on 210. Bell on 210. Queen on 210. Everybody else behind them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. We're going to have about 7 trucks that are going to have a real opportunity if we stay green for these last 12 laps. That you're really going to have about 7 trucks that are all going to be fighting and battling for that win.
Anthony Edrington out there says, Wolf Racing. You bet your took us, man. Wolf Racing, go get it. Hashtag yeah. Or whatever the case may be. Gene Wolf, your race leader. He was cruising, man. He got his lap back and was cruising. Look at him now. He's your race leader. Wolf Racing at number 11 has the 34 in front of him. As well, there's the 31 and the 24. They are all looking for that free pass.
It'll be interesting to see as we move forward here. Like you said, Brendan Queen was able to run the only lap in the 21-second range for the entire race. And he's going to be out here on 4 fresh Goodyear. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody can keep him from getting back up to the front if he's running those kind of lap times on fresh tires. But he's going to be right around with other people with the same fresh tires. So it's going to be a challenge to get past. Nobody's going to be given anything when we get here as we get close to 10 to go.
He's going to have a driver on fresh tires in front of him. That is going to happen. Jonathan Bell, who's going to restart 5th, is going to have 2 drivers in front of him that are on older tires.
Yeah, and the gap is only about 10, 11 green flag laps on those tires for the trucks that are on older tires. So there will be a fall off, but if they can make it take 3 or 4 laps for them to get around, the fall off will even out a little bit.
And they're back at it, though. Green for them. 11 laps to go here. The 11 leads the 11th lap. 70 to the inside of... Looks like Bell and Fulham trying to battle it out. There goes the 30 to the inside. Oh, no!
Gets into the 30. Oh, that's going to be a big incident as the 30 got into the back of the 19 right on the restart. And then more contact ensued as they went down the backstretch.
I think more happened to cause that one. Hold on real quick. Let's get around here. All right, here's the restart. This is how we got to look at it. I know that the 30 was fast. He was probably trying to just give a little bump to the 19 to clear himself, which I have seen time and time again on short track racing. The 19 gave a lot of room right there on the outside. I mean, a lot of room. Gave a bump to the 19. 30 to the bottom. 30's there with a 70, 14, trying to put himself there. 30's right there. There's the 19. 30, 14 to the 19. We were talking about, there it is. Oh, man. Brad Fulham, he was doing so well. Man.
Yeah, it was doing great, and he had, he had fresh tires, so it was going to be an opportunity for him to get moving. I think he just had a little bit of trouble on that restart. Everybody else was a little bit faster, and uh, it just caused everybody to kind of have to try and decide whether to squeeze by or check up, and there was a little too much gap there for the drivers to decide to check up. They thought they could get through, and it just ended up a little bit of an incident there.
Well, Brendan Queen out of the race. Looks like his truck was destroyed. Jonathan Bell says he's on pit road. Oh, he might be out of the race. Austin Harger back out there. He's going to take over another spot. I don't wonder what was going on there. Shoemaker, Wolf, Leatherwood. That's going to be the top three so far. Taylor, Bedwell. We talked about starts and restarts. Shoemaker had a good restart right there. So did Gene Wolf. Those guys, there was nothing wrong with their restarts. They did a good job of holding on to it. Man, all going to be interesting.
And we saw the 14 was fast on that restart as well. He's also on. He's going to be on the newest tires up here in the top four. He's got the freshest tires, along with Chris Bedwell and Bill Schoonover, Chris McLean, Thomas Light. All of them in P4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All of them have the newest tires out here. Like I said, they're only about 9 to 12 green flag laps better than the trucks in front of them.
Sherry pointing out that Casey right now has the... Casey, if you are out there watching still, hold on to it. Wish for no more cautions. You'll get a t-shirt sent to you directly from me. Rob says, I'm gonna win. Josh, you'll be able to, tomorrow, you'll be able to put your guess in tomorrow. We do this every... actually, we do it 5 nights a week. We do it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So during our broadcasts. So just do it. Casey is your daughter. Well, then Sherry, there you go. Somebody's going to win it from your household.
Fantastic. A family that watches Signature Esports together has fun together. I can promise you that. We're so glad to have the whole family tuning in to our broadcast here at the National Motorsports Simulation Association here on Signature Esports.
Pace truck dives off. We're going to go back to green with a 5-lap shootout. Ooh, big checkup on the inside. Ford gets a good run, though. Leatherwood to the inside, Wolf to the outside. 4, 40, 11. Taylor's making moves. Bedwell's going as well. Man, oh man, here they go. Look at them. They're 3 wide back there. The 4 is Shoemaker trying to run away with it.
The 11, oh, what a save by the 11 as the 94 was moving hard.
Oh, no. There we go. No caution, 4 laps to go. They went down into pit road, it looks like. 4, trying to make it 4 to go. Backstretch run. iRacing throwing cautions. Shoemaker trying to hold off. There was a big old incident right there. Ryan Wilson involved. Shoemaker, we're going to watch it real quick. Here's the 11. He got, oh man, the 15 into the 20. They up next to the wall. They get back in it. They come back on. See, they kept it clean. Look at them go. Yeehaw! Shoemaker, Bedwell trying to close the distance. 3 laps to go, and he's looking at his rearview mirror going, stay there. Stay there.
Ooh, the 14 looks like he's going around. Loses it on the inside as he got to the back of the 40. The 40 got to the back of the 40 there and had to check up because there just wasn't room on the inside and ended up going around.
Oh, man, Taylor. Zachary Taylor right there to the back of the 40. Ooh. Got loose, you're right, absolutely. Held on to it. Oh, he could have kept going straight, didn't he? Come on. That's okay. Somebody else is in, I think, was it 10 now? Is that Rob?
Is it Evan?
No,
is it Evan that had 10? Who had 10?
No, it's Rob. Rob guessed it at the very beginning.
Yes, he did.
Rob said 10.
Rob says hashtag yeah.
Well, we're going to go to the first of our green white checkers here on this next restart. We're going to hope we can keep it green.
Rob,
get
you're
to
up
that
to,
white.
I think Rob's up to a water bottle right now. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's what he is. I'm gonna have to get sunglasses now. We're gonna have to do something. You had a good guess there. You all had a good guess. I appreciate you playing along. I like being able to give T-shirts away. I call it swag for a reason. It's a whole lot of fun. It's like Lucky Dog was gonna be Mr. Harger after he got wrapped up earlier. Coming back around, there he is, Tonka. He's still got a clean-looking truck. Just got, those tires kind of killed him. He's up on the 15th right now. Let's see. He's 15, 2 laps out.
Yeah, 14 trucks on the lead lap. Austin Harger getting the lucky dog there is going to be coming around, I think, to be 1 lap down or possibly, I don't know if that took him to 2 laps down.
Yeah, 2 laps down in 15th. So he's the first car off the lead lap. 2 laps down. Man, oh man. I tell you what, the last third of this race has been, or I say the last third, the last 20% of this. Here we go. The last 30 laps have been very, very, very engaging, very exciting. But now the 4 is going to have to hold off the 94, and the 94 is cruising. He was definitely on some fresh tires. He had his last lap was much faster. Let's take a look at those lap times actually before it gets away. 22.475. Let's see what he was doing to Bedwell. Oh yeah, full second.
And Chris McLean was moving too in that 5 truck. Before that incident happened with the 14, the 5 was pushing too. So we're gonna see this outside row, I think, maybe make some headway on this restart.
First attempt at a green white checkered trucks here at Richmond. Somebody trying to get themselves into the swing of things here. I think 10 has been the caution guess. We're not taking any more guesses because I tell you what, if we get one more caution after this, I'm just gonna print myself a new T-shirt. We'll send it to George.
We want to thank the folks at Omega Leaf CBD as we're one to go here. Don't forget, you can go check them out at OmegaLeafCBD.com. You can put in TRUCS25 as a discount code, and you will get an additional 25% off your orders there. A lot of great information about the benefits of CBD. They've done a lot of research, doctor-backed research, so go check them out. Let them know that Signature Esports sent you over there.
Jim Halaka out there is an absolutely awesome guy. We had an interview with him very early on in the series. Give us a lot of good information, and sign up for the newsletter too, because you'll be able to get more and more information about what they do over there. And follow them on Facebook, Omega Leaf CBD. These guys are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I appreciate Jim and everybody over there. All right, let's get it. 5 gives a bump, but 94 didn't go. 4 right there, 40 to the inside. 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered. First attempt. Here we go. Can we squeeze it?
Outside the 40, and the 40's trying to hold on to that line. The 5 has to tuck in behind him. It's that 5 is going to be faster. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not Clint Leatherwood can hold him off on that inside line.
White flag waves here at Richmond. The 170. Shoemaker, Bedwell, McLean to the outside of the 40. 40 looking for a top 5 here as Chris Shoemaker holding on for dear life. 94 is going to have one attempt here to put the bumper to him. Is he going to be able to do it? Turning the corner for outstretched hand, looking for it. Shoemaker wins at Richmond. Look at it. I bet you never thought that strategy was going to work, but there it is.
Incredible race by these drivers. Congratulations to Chris Shoemaker, Bedwell, McLean getting the top 3. Just fantastic run. That pit strategy of getting tires there at lap 210 really worked out well. But gotta say, impressed with the effort of Clint Leatherwood finishing in P4. Got tires, and and held it off from lap 196.
Man, oh man, it was a good little run. Congratulations to the number 4. And we always do this at the end. Everybody shout it out there. Make sure you do it. Make sure you talk about them. Give them some love. All right, folks, it's that time.
Congratulations to the winner from Pub Table Racers. My name is Warren Brissell. I've been in NASCAR for 20 plus years. Sitting next to me is...
My name's Tim Packman. I'm involved in the short track industry and NASCAR for about 30 years. And we have a Facebook Live show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're also on YouTube, Twitter. We have a website, pubtableracers.com. And we invite you to come check all that out.
Apple Podcast also.
Yep, we have all that too. And Warren, what's it like to be involved with this league?
We're very proud to be involved with this league. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to the winner as you pull into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane.
Cheers.
And as he did, he pulled into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane. Your race winner right there, sitting there just kind of chilling out, relaxing, celebrating the win here at Richmond. Congratulations, Mr. Shoemaker. What a good run here. And I didn't even think that your pit strategy was going to work, but it did. You know, I doubted you a little bit, to be honest, but I tell you what, you proved me wrong, and what a good run it was.
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it, man. I'll tell you what, we were just playing it as it went along. I mean, just getting tires when I could, let them get too old and not lose too much positions. But, of course, those leaders wadding it up helped my cause a little bit. Hate it for those guys.
Well, you know, sometimes you just got to be patient. And patience here. At your restart right there coming towards the end, that's something I did want to talk about. You got a great restart, and that really helped your cause on that green-white checkered. Being able to hold off Bedwell. I know that he had a few lap fresher tires than what you had going on there. Walk us through that green-white checker and what you were thinking.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, that was my only chance. I mean, Bedwell was quicker than I was in practice. He's a good friend. Appreciate him racing me clean, and I knew he would. But, yeah, it was I felt like that was my only chance, is just getting a good jump, try to get a little bit of gap on him.
George, anything for our race winner here?
Yeah, Chris, this is George. Man, incredible run. We saw those other trucks come in at lap 210 and get those fresh tires. You had about 8 green lap older tires, and
right.
I know you had to be aware of that when that happened, especially when kind of that gap went away and they were right there on your outside, and 2 trucks with fresh tires on the outside row. Man, I got to tell you, being able to hit that restart the way you did, just like Jason said, was incredible on those older tires. Knowing that you had to have a good restart, but also knowing that a little bit pushed too hard spins you there. It's just real impressive to watch that happen. Congratulations on a great win.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, my man, give your shout-outs out there. We want to make sure that you reach out there.
I'll tell you what, I feel like I got an army, so give me a minute. But first and foremost, I got to thank my wife. She puts up with this. I love her to death. Austin, my son, he couldn't be here tonight. He's out on vacation with my other son, Aaron. Appreciate them, the rest of my team, Dustin Reeves, Garrett Brown, and my brothers, David Shoemaker. He's tuning in all the time. I appreciate him. And Mark, and appreciate the JDM guys in Bedwell again, racing me clean. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, my man. We still have to all have dinner. That's still got to happen.
You got it.
All right, my man. Well,
all right, thanks again.
One of these days, it's going to work out. I promise. I'm not going to be that busy very often. All right,
if you say so, I'll hold you to it.
Redheads. We have to go to wobbly boots. I mean, come on. The 15 is being ran, but it's the wobbly boot machine.
100%. Wobbly boots, man. It's a great place to be.
Absolutely. They treat you like family. All right, my man. All right, Chris Shoemaker's going to be your race winner here, and he is close to my hometown, and actually I'm close to his hometown all at the same time. He's going to be your race winner today, and doing a fantastic job at just being who he is, and a good little run for him. You couldn't ask for him. Couldn't ask it better for him and his team there as well. Moving on next, here he is. Moving to
maybe if it will, it's switching kind of slow. Mr. Bedwell, the 94 comes in second, St. Charles, Missouri native. Buddy, us Missourians are celebrating today for you and for Shu, and a good drive off there. He said the only way that he was going to get you was right there at the restart.
Yeah, he was right. And we race a lot together, and that he knows that's one of my weaknesses. So maybe I need to be a little more quiet next time.
Oh man! All right, well, walk us through it because you got the a lot of cautions there at the end, but it made it you made it through a little bit more clean than some of the other folks that were out there, and the green white checkered was that last attempt. Walk us through how that restart went and holding off. And not only did you have Shoemaker in front of you, but you had McLean behind you that was just as fast.
Yeah, I believe on that last restart, I got bumped on the restart, so that kind of screwed me up a little bit. And then Shu took off, and it was just all about catching them. But before that, to get up to second, I had to kind of be a little aggressive, and I would just like to send an apology to Gene Wolf. I had to use him up a little bit going into 3 to get around him to get a good run, and I didn't want to pass anybody that way, but I had fresh tires, and I'm pretty sure he had old tires, but nothing personal. Just had to get up there.
Oh, you gave him a little bump. We saw it. You
Yeah.
pulled the classic bump and run in the middle of the corner. You guys kept it clean, and then after that, it was. I think there was other stuff that was going on that made that situation different, and it had nothing to do with. I don't think it had anything to do with the 11 in that regard. So, George, anything for Mr. Bedwell? I mean, I tell you what, they drove the heck out of it today.
Hey, Chris, it's George here up in the booth with Jason tonight. Man, you did an amazing job. It was a great race for you. Very impressed. Got to see a lot of action from you. You had those tires from lap 210. I know that you had to feel like you had a good shot up there. Like you said, the restart. Just how impressed were you with the 4 on that restart, knowing that his tires were a little bit older, that he was able to kind of pull that gap on that restart and not spin the tires, which is so risky to be aggressive on those older tires on that restart.
Yeah, it's Shu. He's a pro. I knew he was going to get me on the restart. I just knew it. He has tricks up his sleeve. But I think if it would have been a green white checkered, I think I would have had him. To be honest, truck was finally figured out the line about 3/4 of the race and felt like I was able to compete, even if some of those other faster guys didn't get knocked out. Maybe not a win, but top 3 for sure. So finished second still. But yeah, Shoemaker, he's a really good guy, really fast, knows what he's doing, and really, if there's anyone I'm gonna lose to, I'd rather it be him.
Well, congratulations on the P2, man. That's not a loss in my book. You did an amazing job, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, my man. Give you shout-outs out there real quick, and then we'll keep going. Keep moving down the list.
All right, yeah, just like to give a shout-out to IJDR for the truck ride this season. It's been a good team. Looking forward to what else we can do for the rest of the season.
Awesome. You too, Chris. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. And he's going to be carrying over P2 as, these things do continue to move. Moving down the list, P3, but not last in our hearts. Mr. McLean, you were moving, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, bud. I was just trying to stay patient, try to stay clean, but clean part didn't work out too well. But we got a good finish out of it.
I think I was looking at the restart. I'm going to play it one more time here as we get things. The restart right there. You were right there on the back bumper of the 94 and had a great restart right there. Was able to get around the 40 of Leatherwood, just trying to hold off on it. And then when you did, it really turned into your favor because you utilized that high line with those fresher tires.
Yes, sir. It did play into my advantage. I was trying to get a really good restart there, and I don't know if he was sleeping or what, but I don't know. We didn't fire like we should have. But it worked out. I wish I'd have been up there battling with them guys for the lead, but it was fun. Like thank Hammer Down Motorsports. We had a hell of a race.
Absolutely. All right, that's It's your P3 finisher right there. The number 5, Mr. Chris McLean. Buddy, congratulations. George, anything for him before we let him go?
Yeah, Chris, is George up here in the booth with Jason. This great run. Congratulations on the P3. I was impressed with your patience on that green-white checker as you came to the outside of the 40. I was a little bit surprised that the 40 was able to keep up as much. He had, I think, about 20 lap older tires than you, but your amazing patience, I think, really paid off for you to stay up there in P3. You had already seen a few people in front of you maybe not have as much patience, and that's what got you up there to that P3. So impressed that you were able to hold that outside line and just know that you were going to get there and take the time to do it. Very impressive, man. Great run.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, and glad you noticed, because yeah, that's for sure. I just had better tires and had to be patient, and had a good feeling he was going to dive it off into one, and I just didn't want him. I was already on the limit there of getting caught up in some other stuff earlier. Just couldn't help it. People running into the back of me, not checking up, but I was a little timid on that, and I knew he was going to dive it in there, so I had to be patient. And
it's impressive. You know, people may watch that and think, oh, well, yeah, of course he had to duck back behind him for, the rest of that turn. But making yourself do that when you know you've got the faster truck and the newer tires is just borderline impossible. And the fact that you had the patience and self-control to do that, knowing you would get there, that was impressive. I want to make sure our viewers don't miss that.
I appreciate it, buddy. Like I said, I knew if I could get through 1 and 2, he didn't stand a chance in 3 and 4. And I was happy with P3 once I realized that I didn't fire off like I wanted to. But hey, that's part of it. Glad we come away with the top 3.
Well, next week you got Kansas. That's another way to redeem yourself. That 1.5 miles is that was one of the good ones for you last year or last season as well. So it'll be a lot of fun to see what you guys do over there. Congratulations again, Chris, and definitely be seeing you next week for sure.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. That's one of my better tracks. So they're gonna have their hands full next week.
I believe it. I do believe it. All right, my man. Well, that's we're gonna let you be, and thank you very much for allowing me to bring you up here again.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. Appreciate all y'all do. Have a good day.
You as well. Chris McLean's going to be your third place finisher. Here is the race results brought to you by Pub Table Racers. You got to go to pubtableracers.com. You got to find them on all the podcasting platforms, Apple, iTunes, Spotify. They've got some great stories. Go watch them on Facebook. They're just awesome. Great individuals. Chris Shoemaker, Chris Bedwell, Chris McLean, the 3 Chris's take over here at Richmond as Clint Leatherwood, Thomas Light all pull in the top 5s. Wolf, Easley, Wilson, Locke, Holdcroft make up the top 10. Taylor, Depanet, there's some things they were working on there. Harger still finishes that 2 laps down. He's there in 15th, Bradley to 18th. Oh, man, it was a good race. Very, very high impact, and now we're going to have to, I think somebody said send it to Sherry. We'll do it again tomorrow. Absolutely. Yes, Sherry. I've already sent off your shirts. so we'll figure it out. We'll all chit chat about it. Jonathan Bell and Queen, they finished 19th and 20th after that late race incident where it just, they were coming. They were going to go places. Bartelt in the number 60 finishes 21st. Garrett Brown, 24th. Mahar, 27th. Jeremy Littleback here in the back as well. Man, oh man, oh man. Conko, my man, you finished 31st. White Bracket, 33rd to his number. And then thank you to Dylan Hastings out there for finishing the races, race controller. Man, oh man, what a run. George, it was a race. It was a big race.
It was fantastic. Always entertaining with you on the call, Jason. Thanks so much for having me up here in the booth with you. I tell you, I had so much fun. Let's do it again tomorrow night at Martinsville in the Xfinity cars. What do you say?
Oh man, those who know me and know me well know that I don't like Martinsville. Not that it's not a good track. It's just it's a track that I might even predict a caution for how many cautions tomorrow. But I don't know. It's going to be a good race. Cars, these guys do a phenomenal job, and I'm excited to see how they're going to be able to fit as many cars as they have on that little half-mile track. Man, oh man, it's gonna be exciting to see. Anywho, anyhow, anyway, we're gonna be doing it again tomorrow night. TRUCS Ultimate Championship Series. George Williams is going to be joining me tomorrow for the cars, the Championship Auto Racing Series, and that is through the National Motorsport Simulation Association. My name is Jason. Signature Esports is the platform. Give me a like, follow out there. Once I get to 2,500 followers, just so you know, I'm giving away a track racer seat, so we got to get that to that point. At 5,000, we're giving away... I think we're giving away a steering wheel, and at 10,000, we're giving away a PC. So keep going. Get us up there. We're going to be good. We're going to give away. We are a community for everybody. Give all of our sponsors a big thank you, especially Pub Table Racers for the Victory Lane sponsor. Also, Maximus Sports Cards and Collectibles, Maximus Sports Cards, and of course, Omega Leaf CBD. And of course, thank you to George and all the guys over here at the National Motorsport Simulation Association for having me again. David, thank you very much too, buddy. I always enjoy doing this. You guys know that I do. If it wasn't for what I do here, it wouldn't be fun. That's pretty much what it is. All right. Well, if I don't see you tonight, well, then I will bid you a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good morning.